So let us officially start maintaining beautiful and radiant skin, feeling your best. And I think this is a funny title, you know, especially where I'm coming from, because I haven't felt my best. But I do want to say, almost every single day, probably every single day, I could barely function, but I did my skincare. I also drank my aloe. I actually stripped out all my supplements because my body was acting crazy, but I drank my aloe because it felt soothing. And I thought, at least I'm getting some nutrients out of my aloe. And then I did my skincare because I thought, this is keeping me sane and I'm doing something. And honestly, my skin just felt dry. In fact, when I had some terrible fevers, I actually used my aloe mask because I put it in the fridge, and my biocellulose mask was amazing because it was soothing. It was like, it's like you just want comfort when you're so ill. And so honestly, we can have beautiful, radiant skin all the time, but when we're ill, it does suffer. And I think this is one thing that I could do that kind of helped kind of keep me sort of sane in the midst of all of that, is I kept up my skincare because I love Forever products, and aloe is amazing on your skin. And hopefully we're going to be offering more training, maybe online, since our live trainings are not happening. And I can tell you all about the wonders of aloe. So let's go on and talk about this. Now, we do skincare because our skin is the last in line to get nutrients. When we digest food, it goes to all the other places first, and then the skin is last in line. And so that's why we supplement. Now, I think if you have a very healthy diet, like if you look at this, there's some great fats in here and antioxidants and, you know, omega-3 and the chia seeds and all that in this picture. You know, you're probably going to get more when you eat in for your skin. However, your skin is the last in line. So this is why we supplement, and we put on topical products to help nourish our skin. So today, first we're going to talk about just understanding. Now, if you've gone to training, you've probably heard me talk about this, but it's just good to remember that there's 3 types of skin identified by science, and then everything else kind of falls underneath this. So if you have dry skin, you know it. It just feels rough. It feels flaky. It feels tight. It feels, you know, crinkly. Maybe that's a word, wrinkly. I mean, mature skin tends to get drier. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Then you've got oily skin. And if you've got oily skin, you know it as well. It's sticky, it's tacky, it's shiny and not in a great way, and it's noticeable. And so either one of those, you know. But if you come up to me and say, I don't know what kind of skin I have, I would say you have combination. Because even a combination, there's no time that you're going to be completely normal for months and months and months, probably with hormone changes or medications or sun or stress. Your skin will fluctuate, and sometimes it might be a little oily, sometimes it might be a little dry, sometimes it's going to be both. But our goal is to have a balance, and that's kind of where normal, healthy skin falls under, is combination skin. All right, so I want to talk about our 3 different, I guess you could call them systems, but our Sonia Daily Gel system and our Infinite by Forever system or range are our 2 primary skincare ranges that we use. And this will address those 3 concerns of dry, oily, or combination. But they're more specifically geared towards, well, the Sonia is more geared towards your oily and combination. And your Infinite is more geared towards your combination and dry or maturing skin. And I'm going to go through each of those products. But then right in the middle is the targeted system range, but it's not really a system or a range. Really, it's more of a complementary, it's a group of products that complement either the Sonia or the Infinite, or you can mix and match, which I love about, you know, our products is you can mix and match these products depending on what your needs are, what your preferences are, what your budget is. And so we're going to go through that. So in the Sonia Daily Skincare range that has come out, in the last few years. I do love it. Um, we have the refreshing gel cleanser, illuminating gel, refining gel mask, and the soothing gel moisturizer. I want to say a little kind of side note, because I know a lot of people are hurting financially right now. Some people aren't, but some people are. And so if you were going to scale down your skincare, the two basic things you need are a cleanser and a moisturizer. That's your basics. Now, I encourage you to do more than the basics because your skin's gonna flourish a lot more. But if you just had to scale it down, a cleanser and a moisturizer. And your moisturizer would be dependent on your skin type and then your preference as well, but really more of your skin type. So in this set, this is our, I guess it's a little less expensive than our premium anti-aging range. But we've got your gel cleanser. And I love this cleanser. Let's move on, because what we're going to do is we're going to talk about specific products. Non-soap formula. It doesn't strip the skin. It's just really light, has a natural foam from the Acacia canescenta botanicals and the apple in there. That's what creates that foam. Some beautiful botanicals like baobab that have vitamin A in it. It supports the combination skin, the oily skin. It helps bring balance and normalize oily skin. I love it. I also use the hydrating cleanser because I'm more in the mature, dry skin. But my teen kids love this whole range. But this is just great on their skin. I would say this one is a little bit more of a power punch than our other cleanser that's in the Infinite, which we'll talk about, because it's going to come and it's going to cut the makeup and the sunscreen a lot more. And so this is a beautiful, beautiful cleanser. Use it twice daily. If you're going to have a routine, and I encourage you to have a routine with healthy skin, and this is, like I said, when I had COVID, I actually kept this up. In the morning, cleanse. And in the evening, cleanse. You could even do, and because I don't like the cleanse in the morning. Sometimes, if because I'm not wearing makeup, I cleanse at night. But I'll put it in a little shower thing, and I'll actually put in a little bottle and put it in my shower and use that and cleanse my face in the shower after shampoos and stuff, just to make sure I don't have any of that residue. So twice daily on the face, on the neck, work upward into a light massage into the skin, and wet your fingers when you do, and then wash it off. Next is kind of the in-between. So, if you have the real basics, which is cleanser and moisturizer, here's the in-between. Illuminating gel is in this package, in this range, and it's a really fantastic, versatile product because it's both for oily skin, combination skin. You can even use it for dry and maturing skin because of the beautiful Asian botanicals that are in it. It helps to improve the appearance of the skin's tone and texture, which you do notice a lot as you age because it will get a little rougher and that kind of thing. It brings a natural glow instead of that shine. And you'll notice it if you've got oily patches and you put it on, you're going to see a nice matte glow, which is fantastic. So I'm going to wait for any questions till the end, just FYI. So if you have questions, we're going to wait till the end. So write your questions down because I may cover it. Then one of the key ingredients in here, you got red clover extract, which helps reduce the appearance of pores, which is quite nice, especially those with oily skin. But it also has licorice extract. Licorice extract is a fantastic botanical that has a lot of benefits. I encourage you to Google it to see what those benefits are. But one of it is it reduces the appearance of, just that age spots and uneven skin tone. Another thing it does is it helps to normalize and balance out oil production. And that's going to be important in our next product. So you would use this before your moisturizer, but after you cleanse, and just a little, it's very highly concentrated, so just a little dab will do you, and you could put it just on spots or you could put it all over. whatever you prefer. And my daughter uses this all the time. I also use it, especially when I'm going out. It just kind of gives it a nice matte glow, which I really like. All right, next product, let's go to the refining gel mask. So in the refining gel mask, this is another thing that you can do 2 to 3 times a week because it is a mask, but it's different than, say, that traditional mask that we're all used to, like our marine mask, you know, that turns your face a different color. This actually doesn't turn your face a different color. And when you wear it is at night. It's a sleeping mask. If you haven't tried this before, you can use it. I mean, I know actually people who wear this almost every night and love it. And I think if you have oily skin, this is quite a nice treat because what it does, it has that licorice in it. It helps balance and normalize oils, which is really nice. It's got basil, well, carrot seed oil, which is really hydrating, but basil, because I actually have qualifications in aromatherapy. So in the essential oils world, people use basil as a cleanser. And actually we'll put it in a spray bottle and cleanse their kitchen with it. And you can use it as a cleanser in general. So think about that on your skin, just in a real light kind of way. It's helping cleanse as well. And so you put this on after you wash your face and cleanse your face. You put it on and it does a nice silky dry feel to it. And then in the morning you wash it off. Yeah, it's fantastic. So, and for me, it's a little too dry, but you can actually add moisturizer on top of it, which is kind of weird if you think about it for a mask. So let me just check the questions here real fast to make sure there's nothing really pressing. Yeah, I'm going to have to come back. No, illuminating gel is not a serum. I'm going to talk about serums in a minute. And so I'll have to come back to these questions. Those are great questions. Hold those questions till the end because I may cover them. All right, but illuminating gel is not a serum. And we have a new serum, and I'll talk about serums in a moment. So last but not least is the Soothing Gel Moisturizer. Now this is a gel-based system, and gel-based systems are created especially for oily skin, combination oily, because it absorbs and goes quickly into the skin. It doesn't sit on the skin. And if you put it on, it's just going to go like that on into the skin. But also gel encapsulated means it's taking ingredients that don't like to work together, like pomegranate and acai. Those two don't like to work together, but you can put them in a gel encapsulated system and it forces them to work together to be harmonious, so to speak. And so anyhow, this is a soothing gel moisturizer, and that's exactly what it is. Like chamomile is incredibly soothing on the skin. It's all about balancing those oils. You know, I think I've told this story many times, but when this first came out, my teenage daughter was like, "Mom, I don't want a moisturizer. Have you seen my skin? My skin is so oily." And I was like, actually, yes. It doesn't matter if your skin is oily or dry. It's just what type of moisturizer is good for your skin. And so these oils are meant to work with combination and with oily skin. All right, here we go. So next in line is Infinite by Forever. This is our premium anti-aging range. It's a kit. You can pull out products and mix and match a little bit, but you're going to get the most bang for your buck, as we say in Texas. Although I'm now from Sheffield, I'm a Brit American, but I used to be from Texas. You would get the most bang for your buck by doing the whole synergistic package, because they are meant and formulated to work together to support hydration and moisture. And that's something, as you age, you lose those things. And so we're helping to replace what's been lost. It also helps to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, promote healthy collagen, and clinically researched ingredients, which means they spent about 2 years, Forever spent about 2 years, and they outsourced and they said, hey, we want to use these ingredients to third-party research places. How much do we need of these ingredients to make them effective? So the third party said, you need this amount. Well, normally people do that amount, but Forever went above and beyond and did more. They said, okay, well, if it just needs that much, we're going to give a little bit more because we want this to be very powerful and work together with aloe. One of the things about all of our skincare products is aloe is pretty much the top ingredient in all of our skincare products because aloe is absolutely fantastic. Just a few things about how amazing aloe is. Aloe is incredibly hydrating. Aloe is almost at its source about the same pH as your skin, so it helps to balance out your skin. Aloe is an adaptogenic plant, which means that it helps your body adapt to what it should be. And then aloe is also a humectant. It's like a sponge and it takes in moisture. And then one more thing is aloe is a carrier, and aloe helps carry ingredients and take them further than what those ingredients can do by themselves. And so that's one of the keys with this. It's going to take collagen and help it go just a little bit more than where it would go without aloe and all those other ingredients as well. So let's talk about skin, building blocks of the skin, of what happens as you age. On one side, you've got new skin. On the other side, you've got probably my skin. You know, you've got aging skin, you know, as you get into your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. And what happens is you have these different layers. And so you've got your top layer, your epidermis, your middle layer, your dermis, and your bottom layer, your hypodermis, which is mostly fat cells on the bottom right there. In the middle is an interesting thing, if you look, that we've got hyaluronic acid, which is like sugar molecules, and they carry about 1,000 times the weight of water in them. You have elastin, or this one says elastic fiber, but it's called elastin and collagen. And this is what gives it form and what gives it structure. But as we age, because of sun, because of stress, because of just chronological age, because of pollution, because of illness, like viruses, I feel like I aged 20 years. Hopefully I'm bouncing back for sure. All those things, your skin begins to break down slowly. But here's the beautiful thing. Yes, we age. However, we can put the brakes on premature aging and signs of premature aging, of those wrinkles and fine lines and pigmentation. And the way we do that is by protecting our skin and nourishing our skin and replenishing our skin. So, you know, I'm actually doing a talk for Ireland in a week, and I'm going to talk about sunscreen and sun care, because the #1 way you can protect your skin from premature aging is to wear an SPF and protect your skin. So that's another talk, another day. Let me just check the questions real fast to make sure there's nothing super pertinent. Can we have a copy of the slides afterwards? I don't know if marketing will let you, because this is actually from some of my trainings. But if we post it, if they post this, then you can get the slides. You'll be able to download the slides, but I don't know if they're going to post this or just repeat this. So there is not an SPF in the gel moisturizer. That is in our protecting day lotion, which we'll talk about in a minute, and in our sun cream. Can aloe deep moisturizing cream be used for men? Yes! All of our products can be used for men. It is interchangeable. I have a whole thing in my training about men's skincare. And so aloe deep moisturizing cream is one I will not cover tonight. That's one of our classic products. It is a deep moisturizing cream. So it's actually very hydrating. And it's just another option to our moisturizers. And so remind me later, I can talk about that at the end. Oh, Vicki. Vicki has done, she said, great to see me. Great to see you, although I can't see you. All right, here we go. Let's continue. Let me get rid of these questions. All right, so Infinite, we have this wonderful system that combats a lot of different things, you know, because our skin feels dehydrated when we get stressed out, you know, and trust me, we have all had a tremendous amount of stress lately, haven't we? You know, just, yeah, we won't even go there because social media talks about, we don't need to talk about it right now. So yes, stress, pollution, lack of sleep, UV rays, toxins, gravity. It's interesting. One of the things I mentioned about skin is as you age, your shape begins to change. And so as you age, it's like you have this triangle. It's like, okay, that's when you're young. But when you're old, it goes, so your triangle inverts, it turns around. So this is when you're young, but when you're old, I'm sorry, this is when you're old. Sorry, I got that wrong. This is when you're old, you got the triangle going that way. But when you're young, you got the triangle going this way. Because actually, even structurally in your face, some of your nose, your cheeks start to actually kind of break down a little bit and change the shape of your face, which is really interesting. So gravity and just age and accelerated loss of collagen and elastin, and really you start to lose about 1%. Even in your 20s, you can start to lose it, especially if you've had a lot of sun damage, which a lot of people do when you're 16 and there's sun and you just don't care and you just want it and you just get damaged. So I do want to say the sun is good. The sun is a mood booster. We get our vitamin D. We need the sun. We need to get out there. It's just we do need to protect our skin from signs of premature aging. All right, so let's talk about hydrating cleanser in Infinite. This is a little different than the gel cleanser because it's a milky cleanser. It's more for sensitive skin, for drier skin. I use it actually, so I'll use a gel cleanser at night and I'll use the hydrating cleanser in the morning because you can mix and match, like I said. It doesn't dry out the skin, so it's real hydrating, rich cleanser, very light, very milky. And like the gel cleanser, you would use it twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. All right, serum. So we have a new serum. So that's why I wanted to talk about this, because it's like, well, what are serums? Great questions. Serums complement your moisturizer. They're not meant to be your moisturizer. They're meant to pair with it, to work with it. And there's different types of serums. This serum right here, because we're going to get into our new serum at the end, this serum right here does not have oils in it. So actually you can use this for all skin types. The purpose of this serum, and serums are usually, they have a specific purpose. Well, I'll talk about this one in a second, but again, differences with serums. Serums are usually less ingredients, and there are a lot more of the ingredients, so higher concentration. So a high concentration of aloe, a high concentration of peptides that are in here, high concentration of hyaluronic acid. Remember what we talked about, which is in the middle of the skin, collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is a very key ingredient these days, and you're going to see if you study skin and look at the trends, hyaluronic acid is one of the huge ingredients that we can actually help replenish and replace what is lost in our skin. So that's what this is. This serum is all about the peptides, which are anti-aging. Peptides help go in and stimulate collagen production, and we have a beautiful tripeptide that is patented in this formula. And I mean, this, if you remember, there was an article in Good Housekeeping, they tested 33 serums. We got number 8, and we were up against 300-pound serums, like very pricey, and we were probably the cheapest. And these are ones that were rated in the top 10 of the most effective in combating signs of premature aging and wrinkles. But you use a serum, and this is a terrible analogy, but it's the only one I've thought of, almost like a base coat for your nails, and then you put on the nail polish. It's kind of like it goes in, it prepares the way for the moisturizer, so the moisturizer can be more effective. All right, Restoring Cream. This is our Infinite by Forever moisturizer, and it has 15 potent skin conditioning ingredients, botanicals. It does have a bit of a fragrance that's natural, and it's almost a woodsy scent. And what they decided forever when they actually formulated that was not to mask that with a perfume, because a lot of people are sensitive to perfumes and they didn't want to do that. So they left it in, but that pungent, woodsy smell does leave pretty quickly after you put it on. And usually what that's attributed to is Centipede cunninghamii plant. And Centipede cunninghamii plant's one of my favorite botanicals because it's not just known to help reduce the appearance of wrinkles and fine lines, it's helped to reduce the appearance of the depth of fine lines and wrinkles. And so this is known as the wonder weed, or sneeze weed is another name for it in skincare world, but it's the wonder weed because it's this plant that is just, I don't know, put you in awe because it helps reduce the appearance of the depth of wrinkles. And so this is a beautiful blend. This moisturizer is meant for combination and drying, maturing skin. Now that can happen from the age of 20. If you have premature damage, or if you were born genetically with drier skin, you can start using this. This would be too much for my daughter. My daughter has very much teenage oilier skin. It's balanced, but it's still oilier. So this would be too much for her. And you know, the gel moisturizer is just not enough for me. So I actually stick with this. I use the serum, then the restoring cream. So how you would use this together is you would do the cleanser. Maybe in the morning with your shot of aloe, you would do the supplement. But cleanser, then the serum, and just one little pump will do you on here. And then your restoring moisturizer right on top of that. And you do that twice a day. And like I said, through COVID, I kept this up every single day. And it was just a part of my sanity routine, but also because my skin actually felt a lot drier and it was really helpful. Let's go on. So let me just check the time right here. Oh, we're doing great. All right. In fact, let me just check and see if there's any pertinent questions that I can answer. You know, there was a question about sunscreen. Remind me of that in the middle. And it says, can you take the firming complex when pregnant? I can't answer that right now. You would need to look, but I always have caution. I would just say, show it to your GP, show it to your nutritionist. I always have caution with pregnancy, you know, and if there's any question in your head, definitely just talk to your GP. Is this being recorded? Yes, it is. And hopefully they'll put it up. That would be really nice. Otherwise, we'll probably show it again. What about the toner? Yes. Okay, and someone asked, I'm coming to the toner. Someone asked, what's the restoring cream made of and how do you spell it and how do you write it down? Here's the best thing. Go to the product manual on the website, but Centipede cunninghamii is actually kind of hard to spell off the top of my head. But all the lists of the ingredients will be in the product manual or on our, you know, forever knowledge. Okay, so let's talk about the targeted approach. This is the one that sits in between Infinite and Sonia. And these products are mix and match, and it's all about needs and preferences. So you don't have to use them, but I love them. And I actually use most of them, you know, almost daily. And so it's all about what do you need? What do you prefer? What's a current need? And so let's talk about that. Okay, so we've got exfoliator, our smoothing exfoliator, balancing toner, aloe activator, which is pretty much pure aloe. My favorite product above all, I have one sitting on my desk over there ready for me because I might even use it tonight, is the Aloe Biocellulose Mask, the best mask ever. Awakening Eye Cream, and then Protecting Day Lotion. And then dun, 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 we have our new hydrating serum that I'm going to talk about here at the end that's coming out in July-ish. They told me not to give a firm date because we're in a pandemic and who knows, but hopefully July-ish it will come out. Okay, so let's talk about Awakening Eye Cream. There's a lot of eye creams out there. This one is incredible. It really is. I've never been an eye cream person until this, because honestly, eye creams in the past are just greasy. You know, this is not greasy at all. It's dual function, meaning you can put it here in the most delicate area, and you can put it up here. And it helps to, well, it does what it says, helps to awaken this whole eye area, moisturize, hydrate, because you know those puffy circles, all that's all due to a lack of moisture, a lack of hydration, being dehydrated, being tired. Collagen production starts to really break down here, and so it's got collagen in it. Yeah, some great ingredients, peptides, again, to help with that collagen. Okay, I personally really like this during hay fever season, though we're not supposed to say, but let's just say you wake up and your eyes just might have hooded eyes, and I'm kind of like this, and I put it on, and within about 5 minutes, I notice a difference. It's quite lovely. So, anyhow, this is a fantastic eye cream. Okay, balancing toner. I love this toner. This is not a stripping toner. There are toners out there with alcohol. This does not have alcohol. In fact, this is very high in aloe. It's also incredibly high in hyaluronic acid. Again, remember that's that hydration in there. And so basically what this does, what a toner does, is you would use it after cleansing. If you exfoliate, you would use it maybe after the exfoliator. So you cleanse, exfoliate, which we'll talk about in a minute, tone. If you don't, if you're not exfoliating, you would cleanse, tone. I like to do, especially if I've worn a lot of makeup or sun cream, just to get that little bit off, that little extra with, you know, cotton wool. I'll use it and get that little extra off. You do not need to wash it off. You could also use it just as something that's really refreshing. Put it on, you know. Don't need to wash it off because it's got that beautiful aloe, that really restorative aloe, that helps normalize and bring your skin back into balance. It also contains cucumber, and cucumber, like aloe, have these things called lignans, which is what I called a carrier earlier. So basically, you put this on and it's going to help carry ingredients a little further. So if you put a serum on top of this, it's going to help carry the serum just a little further. You put a moisturizer on top of it, it's going to help carry those ingredients in the moisturizer a little bit further. So that's our toner. Next, smoothing exfoliator, highly commended in 2018. I love this exfoliator. Totally natural, environmentally friendly, no microbeads or artificial things. It won't scratch your skin, but it is kind of like, in a good way, sandpaper. You can notice it, and it's a little different than our aloe scrub that we have. The aloe scrub that we have that I'm not going to talk about tonight is more, I like it in the shower for here, you know, but it's a lot more just jojoba beads. This one actually adds a sustainably sourced Korean bamboo extract, and you can feel it. And I love it in our skincare trainings because we'll do it on one hand when we do our demo. And this is something I encourage you to do. I know Vicki was on earlier, and she's done some great webinars on doing these Pamper Party launches online. I encourage you to go back if they are recorded and available. Go back and watch those. I was so proud of her, you know. But you know, this is something you could do. Is, hey, try this exfoliator here, and then you do notice a difference. You'll see some of those uneven areas start to smooth out. Another way you can use this exfoliator, well, it's multi-purpose, is this is great for men before shave. This has really been fantastic. And men can use this every day because their skin tone is just a bit different than women's. But they can do it right before shave, and it'll give them a finer, closer, deeper, I wouldn't say deeper, but better shave. Another thing you can do with this is you can use it on your feet and use it as a scrub on your feet. And so it's just a really versatile product that I love. It's got a lemon essential oil, which is actually quite hydrating. Bromelain, which is pineapple, papain, which is papaya. And these help lift and renew those skin cells. You know, here's the caution though, with exfoliators, don't overdo it. I would say no more than 2 to 3 times a week, especially when you've got, and I see teenagers, you know, or people with oily skin, they're like, I exfoliate every day. I'm like, don't do that. You're overstimulating your skin. keep it down. We do need to exfoliate. And from about the age 20, you start to lose your body's own natural exfoliation process. So we do need help to get rid of that layer of dead skin cells that like to just, there's a glue-like substance that likes to keep them on. And so we're helping get rid of that so our new, fresher skin can come up. But yeah, definitely have caution and don't do an exfoliator every day. It's going to just kind of keep creating the same issues, and you don't want to overstimulate your skin. All right, protecting day lotion. Now this is SPF 20, so it's kind of your most baseline, and I wear this underneath my makeup or instead of makeup. And my husband laughed at me, a little while ago because it was really sunny in our kitchen, and I ran upstairs, wasn't wearing any makeup, and I actually haven't been wearing makeup until today. It's been 3 weeks, no, three months since I've really worn makeup. And I have very little on because I've enjoyed not wearing any makeup whatsoever. But yeah, I was cooking in the kitchen. It was really sunny, and I ran upstairs and I put this on. My husband was like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm protecting my skin. It is really sunny." He's like, "You're wearing sun cream in the house?" I was like, "Did you know that UVA rays actually go through the window? They go through clouds, and they're more prevalent." When we think of sun care, we think of, actually probably think of the UVB rays. Those are the ones that burn you. And yes, we need to protect our skin. The UVA rays are 30 to 50 times more prevalent, and they go through clouds. They go through windows, and those are the rays that cause premature signs of aging. So that's a whole nother talk. I think we're going to do one on our sun care and different things that we have for sun care and after sun care, maybe later this summer. But so I won't go into it. But basically, this is broad spectrum, so UVA, UVB rays, but it also has a lot of moisturizers in this, plus a high amount of aloe. So this is all about just basic protecting your skin. I'm just going to check the questions real fast to see if there's anything really pertinent to right now. Okay. All right, we have a lot of, love this. Okay, we're going to come back to these questions. All right. Yeah, so it's got some great desert plants in it. The Anastasia Hirochunquita, Jerusalem Resurrection Plant, and the Cranberry Plant. They both are very, they tend to resurrect themselves in the desert, and very hydrating. And that's kind of what this is all about. It's just that protection, hydration, moisturizing, and it's just an extra on top of your routine. All right. Oh yeah, and maybe let me go back to the, because we did have about the white film, and this is in both our sunscreen and in the protecting day lotion. We use zinc oxide. If you were to do a Google search right now on safe sun creams, safe sun cream ingredients, zinc oxide would be the top because it's a mineral, and it is an actual natural barrier. And the problem is there's a lot of more chemical types of sun creams that are more convenient, and they don't leave the mask, but they actually, some of them can go into the bloodstream, some of them are going into our oceans and killing our coral reefs, they're going into the atmosphere. And so we want to be safe, we want to protect our environment, and so both of our sun creams, whether it's protecting day lotion or aloe sun cream, basically that is made with this mineral zinc oxide. Now that does leave a little bit more of a white mask. The best way to do it is to layer it very finely and go over it, and that helps. You could also add a BB cream or a foundation and mix it up. I've actually mixed it up with my BB cream before. And so I think for us, it's a safety factor, and it can create a little bit of a white mask, but I think really it boils down to how much do you put on all at once. It's better to do it in smaller amounts and layer it because it will go in and provide that protection. So that's just a little something about our SPFs. Okay, aloe activator. Now this actually goes with our powder mask, but you can use it on its own. We're not going to talk about the mask tonight, but it is kind of a partner with our powder mask, and you mix it 50-50. But aloe activator is 98% aloe vera gel. Now the actual gel itself is 100% aloe, but they paired it with Alatin to help soften and soothe the skin. You know, so it's 98% in there, and it's real nice liquid. It's very refreshing. I find with irritated skin that needs to be soothed, this is very nice, especially when you've got hormone fluctuations. But I also found this as, like, I got a few years ago, I got a terrible burn and I just couldn't do the jelly. It just was too much. And so I just would drop this on here, and it was just really soothing, really nice. So you can also use this instead as a toner if you want to. I love our toner, but if you're like, I really just want pure aloe, because aloe has amazing benefits, you can use that as well. It's like I said, a preference and need. And to me, this is an all-purpose product that I keep out there in case I need it, especially if I have irritated skin that needs to be soothed and calmed. All right, so let's move on to, oh, my favorite product ever, which is the Aloe Biocellulose Mask. Now there are 3 types of sheet face masks. You got your paper, you've got your next level, and then this is your top premium, science created in the lab, where they took you know, and they use coconut and fermented and added aloe and seagrass. And I mean, there's a whole fun story. I won't get into all of it, of how they actually created this beautiful web mask that's just full of incredibly hydrating properties in it. It's just a power pack. To me, it's almost like a serum. You know how a serum is like highly concentrated, few ingredients, and you put it on your face. But here, it's a serum for 20 minutes. And you put it on your face, especially if you put it in the fridge and you've got, you know, you've been out in the sun too much. This is really amazing. Or like me, if you have COVID and you have a fever and you just need to soothe your skin and you need something cold, this is really wonderful. And so, you know, you peel off the 2 layers that hold it and you put it on. You can even like do housework if you want to. Who wants to do that? I'm all about self-care. We need our self-care. I listen to like a meditation app. I think it's the best way to pass time with the mask, but you can work if you want to while you do this. And it's just so full of that beautiful aloe. You know, it's got green tea extract and horse chestnut extract, and you know, just a really hydrating mask. What I love about this mask is all skin types can use it. I know that, like, when we've done our masks, like we do the Sonia Daily Gel mask and this mask together, and we're like, this one's for dry skin. I'm like, no, it can be any skin type. My daughter and I love to use it. In fact, she's probably used about, well, I think she's used up a lot of my masks actually that I had. Because she's been kind of stressed, and it just helps her when she's stressed. And she's like, Mom, can I have a mask tonight? You know, and she's 17. So this is all ages, can use this mask, and it's just all about incredible hydration. And then there's always just a little bit at the end. And so I'll put it on the ends of my hair, I'll put it on my hands, I'll put it on my face, you know, because there's a little bit of the serum, so to speak, left. All right. Last but not least of our products is the new hydrating serum. Such a fun new product coming out in July-ish, as I was told to say. Basically, this is replacing our old Sonia serum. And now I got to try a tester about a year and a half ago, and it had the same consistency as a Sonia serum. But here, remember what I talked about with serums. Serums have a purpose. They complement a moisturizer. They're not meant to be a moisturizer. They're there to complement, and yeah. And so, and every serum has a purpose. So basically, this purpose is to boost hydration. Now, well, let me talk about this one, and I'll talk about how it's different than our other serum. So boost hydration, and that's in the name. The big big thing in this. Remember, I talked about hyaluronic acid being such a big buzzword right now because it's so key in our skin's hydration and the water retention in our skin. And so this has 4 different types of hyaluronic acid. It's just 4 forms of the same kind of thing. And basically what this is doing is through these 4 forms, one is it's helping the hyaluronic acid go really as deep as it can into the skin. Then it's helping it stay there deep in the skin. And then it's helping come and seal it so it doesn't leak out of the skin, but also keep that top part, full of that hydration, and then seal in all the other beautiful ingredients. So we've got several things in here. I guess it isn't listed. I didn't create the slide. So, but we've got several other ingredients in here. We've got several botanicals that are full of antioxidants. So that's going to fight that oxidative stress, that stress, that happens and that can bring premature aging. So we've got several botanicals that are doing that. And I have them written down here. Oh yeah, like white tea, mimosa bark, several things like that. That are also hydrating, so some of those botanicals. But then we've got some lipids and oils. So this is what makes this different than the other serum. The other serum is more for, it has peptides in it, and it has hyaluronic acid, but it's more for anti-aging, but you can use it for all skin types. This is for when your skin feels dry and you need a little extra help. So it has some oils in it. So that's where I would say with oily skin, you can use it on oily skin when you feel dry. And sometimes you do, especially if you've been out in the sun too much. But I think with oily skin, you just have a little bit more caution because this has oils in it. But combination skin, dry skin, I mean, honestly, I'm like, I wish this had been out because I feel like my skin has been a lot drier with illness. And I'm like, I just want extra help. So you would do this with your moisturizer. You would do it on top of your regime. So you would do your regime and then you would add this on top of it if you're feeling like your skin needs a little bit more of a power punch of hydration. Some of the oils in it, I mean, we've got olive oil lipids, we've got coconut lipids, and then my favorite, and I use sometimes shea butter by itself, but it's got shea butter. And what I love about shea butter is you put it on and it just melts away. You put it on your lips. We usually put it in a lot, some of the products where it melts away. And you feel like it just goes into your skin. And so this has the shea butter in it, which I really love. So I can't wait to get my hands on this. It's supposed to be like the old Sonia serum, but way, way better. So let's see. So it's time to get personal, and then we're going to answer questions. But basically, there's synergy in the set. So if you use all the Sonia products together, there's going to be synergy. You're going to get a really powerful effect. If you use all the Infinite together because you have drier skin or maturing skin, there is power in the synergy. But if you want to mix and match, you can. If you have different preferences, you can. And if you want to pull in some of our classic products like the Aloe Deep Moisturizing Lotion, you can. If you like it better, fantastic. There are no major rules because we are an aloe company, and aloe is pretty much the top ingredient in almost all of our products, and these products can work together. So let's see how we can do that. So first, oily skin. Now this is not all of them because I couldn't fit all of them in there. But for a daily routine, remember with a routine, twice daily, once in the morning, once in the evening, and then you've got your weekly treats. So you've got your Sonia cleanser. You can use a toner if you want to. You can use a moisturizer if you'd like to. The illuminating gel should be in there. I don't know why it's not. You can throw in, if you wanted to, under oily skin, the hydrating serum. And you can throw in these, oh goodness, you can throw in our Infinite serum as well. And so I think it just depends on your needs and preferences there. But, and the Awakening Eye Cream can be used for oily skin. For weekly treats, We've got our smoothing exfoliator. We have our refining gel mask. Throw in the biocellulose. That was not added on here, and this should have been. And so there's a lot of different things you can do for oily skin. Where you need to have a little bit of caution and just try it out is the moisturizers, you know, because you probably want to get something that's a little bit more tailored to where you are with your oily skin. And the Sonia Daily Gel Moisturizer is meant for oily skin. But like I said, the Infinite Serum actually has no oil, so you could use that on oily skin. Because I know women who are, and men who are in their 50s and 60s and have genetically just have more oily skin and prefer that. The beautiful thing about the Sonia Gel Moisturizer is it does have some anti-aging benefits to it. So it's got some collagen in it. So you're not totally missing out. Although the Infinite is really geared towards it, but we still put it in our Sonia. Okay, let's go on to combination skin. You've got the hydrating cleanser or the gel cleanser, and I use both. Balancing toner if you want it, illuminating gel, which like I said, that can be for all skin types. The hydrating serum and the soothing gel moisturizer and the Infinite serum. You could use all of them if you wanted to. I know it gets a little complicated, but it's all about needs and preferences and what you want and what you want to do with your skin. And then you've got the Awakening Eye Cream as well. Weekly treats, the exfoliator, the gel mask, the biocellulose mask, which you could do a lot actually, because you're probably not going to overstimulate your skin with the biocellulose mask because it's just all about hydration and it doesn't have oils in it. All right, let's go last but not least for dry or maturing skin. You got your hydrating cleanser or your Sonia Daily Gel Cleanser. You can use both, whatever you prefer. The illuminating gel, like I said, can be used for dry, maturing skin to help even out that skin tone and texture's appearance, and to give a nice healthy glow, because sometimes it just feels a little dry and it will give a nice healthy glow. You can use the firming serum and the hydrating serum, because you would do the firming serum before the moisturizer, the hydrating serum after the moisturizer. And like I said, I can't wait to get my hands on this because I have needed it and I'm looking forward to it. The Infinite Restoring Cream. Now we mentioned it, the Aloe Deep Moisturizing, deep moisturizer. This in the Sonia, the old classic one. I'm butchering the name, sorry about that. Anyhow, you could use that as a replacement if you want to. It's going to have different ingredients, but you know what? It's all aloe based and it's really all about needs and preferences and what you like. And sometimes budget, and that's okay. Weekly treats, the smoothing exfoliator, the refining gel mask. I'd encourage you, if you have dry skin, to put the moisturizer on top of the gel mask. I think it will be fun when we get our hydrating serum, because that might be something you put on top of your gel mask if your skin tends to be a little drier, if you want to use that. And then of course the biocellulose, love that. So let's go to questions now. Oh, my little thing came out. Okay, now I might have to go back and look at some of these questions. Give me a minute. Do you use a protecting day lotion under or over the moisturizer? I would say over your routine, so over your moisturizer. Someone's coming up to 30 and they think they need to start using the Infinite range. But you sometimes get those hormone fluctuations. You know what? You can mix and match. If sometimes you want to use the Infinite, great. Sometimes you want to dip back into the Sonia, great. I use both, and it's really up to what you need, and sometimes during the month, just to be honest, sometimes you have fluctuations, and so you can go back and forth, and that's okay. All right. Oh, you completed a skin science course by Sally Durant. That's a nice pricey course. Yes, yes, I'm actually in the process of doing that course. Let's see. All right, I'm trying to, Is the aloe activator a liquid? Yes, it is a liquid. It's very much a liquid. It's aloe. I've been using the gel moisturizer on top of the protecting day lotion. I would switch it if I were you, because what you're wanting is that protecting day lotion to be like a mask, so to speak, to protect you from the sun. I can't give you any costs off the top of my head, so you're gonna have to check because someone asked what the cost of the hydrating serum. So you're gonna have to look online on that. Okay, hydrating serum, lots of hydrating serums. Will Forever ever bring out a BB cream? I get asked this like every training. I don't know. I don't think so. I really don't know what their whole plans were for makeup and all that. I do know that they will never do like the eyeshadows and that kind of stuff anymore. Whether they do the basic stuff, they may, who knows. But right now, all we have is the eyeliner. And I do want to say I'm very excited because I'm working on my advanced aromatherapy qualifications, but I have aromatherapy qualifications now, and they're coming back out with essential oils. And I'm very excited. So hopefully I'll be able to do a little something on that in the coming months when we start to get more of that. Should I use a flannel or some sort of scrubbing device for our faces? It is up to you. If you want to, you can get cotton flannels. You can get cotton wool. You can just use your hands. It's really up to you of what you would like to do and what works for you. So. When would you use the R3 factor and what are the benefits of that? So we're not really going to talk about that a whole lot, but basically it is another option of a moisturizer that we have. And really it's great for when you have problem areas. So a great example, there was one of our staff in headquarters who always got dry nose during the winter. And she would use R3 factor and it just cleared it up. And so Holly Stout actually really loves it as a very light hand cream. And so it's a real versatile, another option. At some point I'll do a webinar, you know, because we're not doing live trainings right now. So at some point I'll probably do a webinar about some of our classic products and all the wonderful benefits. So yeah, it's just another option. You can use it as a moisturizer if you want, because it is made for the face. Okay. Oh, good. We have another aromatherapist here. Yay. All right. Let me see if there's any other questions. Can you just write your question if I didn't get to you? I mean, I'm not going to be able to answer all of these. Some of these can't really go into because of compliance. So I can't get into specific concerns and that kind of thing. But let's see. Yeah, I can't really talk about like, yeah, there's some questions here that are specific, yeah, questions about skin conditions, and I can't get into that for compliance reasons. So, okay, between the Epiblanc and the R3 factor, again, these are two classic products. Which is best for dry area. I would definitely go for the R3 factor. It's meant for a drier area. Epiblanc is really more about, I mean, illuminating gel, kind of sort of replacing Epiblanc in a sense. It's almost the same thing, but not totally actually. Epiblanc is very specific. It's all about evening out the skin's tone and texture in a very gentle way. Doesn't use harsh chemicals like some of the high street products do. But illuminating gel actually has kind of an upgrade on these formulas. And so they're kind of similar, but illuminating gel would be the upgrade version and more versatile version. R3 factor really is kind of a hydrating, you know, restorative type of face cream, but you can also use it on your hands. Let's see. I guess drinking enough water plays an important role. Oh, yes, 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 yes. If I could say anything, please get your nutrients in, work on those immune systems, drink that water, get that hydration in. You know, your body can feel and your skin will feel it when you're not getting that quality water in your system on a consistent basis, you know, and that's been really important in illness recovery because your cells actually can get dehydrated and yeah, and so up that water contact or up that water content, definitely. Okay, so someone says I mixed day lotion with Alpha E. Is that okay? I love Alpha E. Alpha E is fantastic. We didn't talk about it. This is an unsung hero if you've heard me talk. Alpha E is a lipid, you know, and it's got borage oil and some of these great lipids in it. And it's just an extra boost. And you can mix Alpha E with pretty much anything. And you can use it on its own. And it's great for this. It's just like a little, it's a skin vitamin. And it's got lipids in it. So it is a great extra benefit. I kind of liken it to the aloe activator where, yeah, the aloe activator is great on the shelf. And I put Alpha E there as well because Alpha E is just a great all-purpose product. And men love it. It's great for after shaving, great for up here. And it's just a really protective, moisturizing skin vitamin. So, let's see. Yep, there's a few skin conditions I can't address in this forum because it's not compliant. But it's all about getting healthy, balanced skin. But I would say, from a holistic standpoint, it's also about your nutrition. It's also about, you know, what you put into your body. It will make a difference. It really will make a difference. And aloe is a fantastic thing with its 75 nutrients and all its amazing properties to help bring balance to your overall health. And so I encourage that. Let me see if there's any other questions, and then we may, yeah, we're probably going to wrap it up because I feel my voice. I actually have laryngitis for 11 weeks straight, and I'm on week 13 starting tomorrow. So I'm going to feel my voice going, so I'm probably going to wrap it up. But I'm so glad I can be with you guys tonight. No, really, you have no idea how glad I am. It's been a crazy 3 months with the virus, but I am coming out the other side, and I hope to see more of you guys at some point. So thanks so much for having me, and hopefully we got a little something out of this tonight. All right. Okay, great, and we're gonna call it a night.